A relationship that can be described as good and great does not just come without efforts from those concerned. There must be some practical things one can put into it in order to make it successful, and these efforts must start right from the beginning. For instance, the way and manner you meet your partner and choice you make matters a lot, especially on the road to achieving a successful loving relationship. In fact, the expectations of many people right from their childhood is to be able to have that partner that can provide them with such relationship that will be lasting and satisfying. But unfortunately, many of these dreams are not realized, thereby putting some of the people involved into regrets and frustration. In reality, the failure to realize these early childhood hopes might not have been caused directly by these people involved, but by circumstances beyond their control. Again, sometimes the people involved this could cause the failure, possibly due to ignorance, which could be as a result of lack of planning and preparation before even considering going into any relationship. Here I will be giving tips to those hoping for a successful relationship now and in the future. Unfortunately, many have remained single due to their inability to get whom they want or past, disappointments, and heartbreaks, including those who have been trying to make their relationship work. But everything always tends to be the more that they try, the more frustrations come their way. Also treated here, always of meeting the right partners. But before I continue, remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel as you join us in our quest for global, peaceful, and progressive relationships. Thank you. Meeting the ideal one and the initial move in the modern world. Anybody can initiate a move to start a relationship, whether you are a male or female. It is no longer a man thing to make the first move. The female can also make the first move. This is very important because most women have missed a lot of opportunities of meeting their type of ideal man as a result of such belief that a man must initiate the move just to start a relationship. Sometimes those ones who wait in vain for the men to initiate the move lose out to the bold ones who believe on what they want and go for it. This is possible because just as there are that shy women, there are equally shy men. So if you see an ideal person to you, don't wait indefinitely expecting that person to summon courage to talk to you, as that may not be possible. This advice is for both man and woman. Developing confidence to be able to summon courage and exhibit boldness when talking to the opposite sex, you must have to overcome shyness and develop that confidence to carry you through. Some people find it difficult to talk to others of that different gender. Oftentimes, this could be as a result of their upbringing. For instance, people who grew up possibly as the only child in the family might have been strictly restricted by their families when they were growing up. This type of early days attitude towards them might make them to become very shy and socially affected. Also, if you are growing up in a family where everybody is of the same gender with you, or you attend schools where every student is of the same sex with you, this also may affect your ability to interact with members of the opposite sex. But research has proved that people who attended mixed schools or grew up in the mix of people of different genders interact easily with everyone. They are usually bold and exhibit a lot of that confidence when talking or discussing with anybody, man or woman. Such people are not scared of anyone and can easily express it themselves, but have it in your mind that for that fact you grew up alone without members of it. Opposite sex is not a guarantee for you to be shy forever, especially when it concerns meeting people of different genders. All you need to do is to train your mind and develop the attitude of boldness and self-confidence. This will propel you to talk to anybody you feel like talking to when it comes to relationship with anyone. In fact, when you experiment this method severally, you will be surprised at how easy it is to talk to anybody on any subject. But the most important thing here is on your own. You can be practicing what to say the way you want to say it and so on, so that you can master it very well before making the first approach. For you to ask someone out takes a lot of confidence. In fact, people who exhibit a lot more confidence surely are more likely to get a first date. That is why, if you see someone you admire and feel shy to approach such a person, someone who is bolder or more confident could make that first move to win the person over, while you will miss such an opportunity due to shyness. This is because without overcoming shyness, it will be very difficult for you, as you need to place yourself in such a situation that will make you to be a little uncomfortable, thereby forcing yourself to speak when you would rather be silent. Using mirror method Among the ways you can practice, that is by standing before a dressing mirror and assuming that your reflection on the mirror is that of the opposite sex, whom you might have met somewhere. You can woo him or her by first telling him or her hi or hello. Then you can imagine such a person wondering who you are, but at the same time, the person replies by also greeting you. You can go further by putting up a smile, while without introducing yourself, asking the person his or her name. Just be composed and bold. Say whatever that comes to you to say. At any point during the discussion, always imagine him or her replying in a certain way, while you react to whatever is the person's reply. At a time, you can even imagine the person getting angry and showing the intention of walking away, or maybe trying to end the discussion in order to dismiss you. In this case, you put up a fast-thinking method and say some appropriate words to capture the person's attention, so as to prevent him or her leaving you so soon. As you exhaust your discussion, you can imagine that you were able to collect the person's contact, such as telephone number, email address, etc., with the view to contacting the person. Actually, this experimental way of talking to the mirror may look too simple for some people that they may not take it serious. It is a fact that it works very well. All you need to do is to believe in it and try it. It will help you considerably to become bold and overcome our shyness. Just experiment it and see how it works. If you are the type that has faith in it, as well as being creative, you will definitely find out that it gives you enough preparation for meeting that real person. For the fact that you have really practiced and made up your mind, you will be surprised at how those nice expressions will be flowing out of your mouth when you start the real action. Those interesting scenes you created for yourself while you were talking to the imaginary person on the mirror would actually manifest when you are discussing with the opposite sex in real-life situations. To your surprise, you will find out that the right words, just in the same way you responded before the mirror, will simply be coming out of your mouth. The same mirror method can be used to practice when you are also shy to speak before the public. The only difference in this case is that you have to picture yourself standing before a very big crowd of people. While you are speaking to them, this method can also train you to become a good public speaker. When you are talking to a particular person using the mirror method, you imagine a lot of things. For instance, as you speak, you imagine what could be the person's reply while you provide the various answers to the imagined replies or questions directed to you. You simply anticipate a typical reply from that person, while at the same time you provide what you feel should be an ideal response. As you talk to the mirror reflection, don't make the whole conversation to look so simply. Because in real life, for somebody you are just meeting, things do not come that easy. For instance, don't expect the person to always respond with smile and listen to whatever you say. As you are practicing before the mirror, you can create some difficult scenes. For instance, if you are a man talking to a lady you have just approached, when you say hello to her, you can imagine that she refuses to reply or looks at you angrily and then walks away. At this point, you can just smile without giving up and still walk up to her again, saying something that can make her listen to you. So while practicing using the mirror method, you create a lot of scenes and assess your responses. Try to know when your response is just good or bad, as well as assessing your performance. Remember, confidence is a major factor that can assist you at attracting the opposite sex. And as much as one may not be 100% confident in order to be successful with the opposite sex, you have to recognize that the higher your confidence level, the higher your success rate. The initial step towards becoming someone who is confident is to try as much as possible building confidence from your inside daily. This is usually by creating certain thoughts and exercising the kind of confidence which your body will react to. The important thing in this case is for you to take a deep assessment of yourself. You really need to rely very much on your strengths and then minimize or, if possibly, eliminate your weaknesses. For instance, if you are the type that stammers whenever you are nervous, it is a weakness and will affect you. Therefore, for you to overcome it, try to practice by speaking to many people, especially the opposite sex. You really need to imbibe or develop those personal habits that will always put you in the right mood, so as to improve your confidence level. You can practice that way you will engage strangers before leaving your house. You can loudly greet different people with certain comments, such as "How do you do?" "You look sweet," "Take care," etc. You can stand before a mirror and put up these acts. Make sure all your negative outlooks are changed too, positive ones. In whichever situation you find yourself, don't try to be satisfied with it. Don't worry, even if you are alone, always have that encouragement that you will definitely meet as many people as possible. Physical appearance is another important area that can build up someone's confidence. This is because it is not usually how you feel about yourself that matters, but how other people feel about you. For that reason, the more improved someone's physical fitness, the more the society will regard the person as being attractive, thereby increasing the confidence level of such an individual. For these reasons, always keep fit by exercising regularly and not maintaining a very healthy diet. Another area many people overlook is dressing. As a matter of fact, the things you wear really play a considerable part in determining how people will treat you. In fact, if you do not dress well, the way people may treat you might affect your confidence. So for you to have an improved level of confidence, you really have to look stylish and good. If you do not look well, it might make you feel inferior, and before you know it, it will affect your outward actions. Therefore, make sure that you always dress in such a way you look better than the people you expect to meet. You really do not need expensive designer clothing to make you attractive, but you need clothes that can stand you out in style and neatness. Actually, such clothes will bring a lot of that confidence to you while attracting you to people. Practice will really help to build the necessary confidence that will enable you to talk to any category of people. Have it in your mind that you do not want to be timid any longer, that you want to be as confident as a great lion. With this kind of affirmation, prepare yourself to act it out in reality and decide on number of persons you would talk to each day. Initially, you can make such discussions very short without attaching much seriousness into it. You can just walk up to somebody and say hello, good day, and such related comments. Do not mind how that person might react. Some of them may not notice or may purposely ignore you. Don't worry, just keep trying. Your confidence level will definitely improve after a few trials, and it will be getting easier for you with time. When your confidence level is not improved very well, you can proceed to be asking certain questions, such as pretending to be asking for direction or what the time is. In this way, both of you could start discussing. Also, with time, you could go ahead to ask more complex questions, such as asking for names, and before you know it, your confidence would have so much grown that you even start wondering how easy what you thought was a big task has become.
More expert relationship tips will be coming to you on this channel. Just subscribe, like and share.